So yesterday we decided to go to Dirk Hartog Island. Only a little bit of a problem. There's no fuel stations on the island, and the closest one is 200 kilometers away from the start of the island. And the island's 80 kilometers long, so just getting to the island and back, that's 400 k's done and dusted. So we're a little bit worried about fuel consumption. So got 4 days until we go on the trip. I'm gonna see if I can try and get a long range fuel tank in by then. I don't even know if there's one in Perth, so we'll see what happens. Let's try calling up. Well, let's try a different store then. Let's try Welshpool. Oh, hi Megan, I'm just trying to get hold of a long range tank for a Mazda BT50. The suspense is killing me. Okay, awesome. No worries, I'll give them a buzz. It's funny because my closest store apparently has them, but they're not picking up the telephone. There might be a chance. Oh, hi mate. Can they said you guys have some long-range tanks for a BT50 in stock, maybe? Fantastic, thank you very much. Alright, they've got some at the state warehouse, and they can get one to me tomorrow. So, if I get it by 12, I'll have the whole afternoon to fit it. Generally, it takes the pros about 3 hours to do it, so I should be able to get it done, fingers crossed. But still, I would definitely never recommend trying to do this before a trip because like so much can go wrong. Alrighty guys, so tomorrow's come. I got the call that I can go pick up the tank. It's 12:30, so we'll have the whole afternoon to fit it. This is one of those things where I've had the money saved up and I just haven't got around to doing it, and now we're trying to do it in a rush, which is the worst thing you could ever do. But anyway, so I've got the ARB Frontier tank, which is plastic. A couple of reasons I kind of lean towards the plastic, like there's no cracks, well there's no welds that can crack, and hopefully it's a little bit lighter as well. There's obviously cons as well, like ARB's other long range tanks, the steel ones, they have bungs on them, so that means if you get bad fuel you can just drain it pretty much wherever you are. Well, with this tank that I'm going to get, if you want to drain the fuel because you got bad fuel, you pretty much got to rip the whole tank out. So there's pros and cons to everything, but I'm sure it'll work out. Alrighty, just got to go around the back, pick it up, and then we should be out of here. Alrighty, well we're back at my place, got the tank here. So a pretty nice looking tank, probably won't look this nice after a few thousand kilometers. But anyway, you may be wondering why am I installing this myself? Well, aside from the money side of things, the other benefit is that if you do it yourself, you know how it goes in. So with that kind of thing, if anything ever goes wrong and you've installed it yourself, you got a better idea of how to fix it. So if I ever get a bad batch of fuel in the future, I know exactly how this tank goes in and I know how to get it out quickly, easily, and get some fresh stuff back in there. So that's kind of why. Another reason I did actually go the plastic tank as well is because it is actually cheaper than ARB steel tanks. So there's another reason as well. So let's jack up the car, get the old tank out and get started. Gonna have to remember not to jack up the car into the carport. I've done that a few times. Apparently there's power tools that can make this job a lot easier. I just don't have any. Alrighty, so just got to remove the fill hose, the breather hose and the rollover hose from here so that the tank can drop down without getting snagged up on it. I really should have washed underneath the car before I did this, to be perfectly honest, but anyway, hindsight's a beautiful thing. So I've removed the fill hose, which is that big thick one here. This is the breather hose, and then I've also got the rollover hose, which is just this little one here. Just 4 bolts to undo to get this stone guard off, and I bet there's going to be so much dirt up there. I should really be wearing some glasses or something, but anyway. That's not actually too bad. I must have done a good job cleaning the car after the last trip. Now I'm not sure if fuel's going to come pouring out here or what the go is, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, a little bit. Hopefully it stops one day. Any day now. There we go. So I've got about 30 litres of diesel in the tank, so it's going to weigh over 30 kilos, which is a little bit much for me to do by myself probably, but Misha's gone for a job interview, so hopefully he gets back soon. I kind of need him. I'm just going to see if I can try and do this by myself. Could be a terrible idea, but anyway. That wasn't too bad at all. Alright, awesome stuff. Let's try the back. So I've got to be pretty careful at this point because there's some 12-volt wiring that you got to disconnect from the sender at the top. And also it could get possibly caught on the fill hose and the breather hose. So just got to do it nice and gently just to make sure nothing gets caught. Alrighty, awesome stuff. So the tank's pretty much out. Just got to drop it down a little bit more so that I can get to the wiring on top of the tank and disconnect that. Yeah, that connector is going to be pretty tricky to get to, so I'll give it a try from here, but I might have to drop the tank down a little bit more. We have touchdown! So did you get the job or what?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh cool, he's got a job so we can go on more trips now.
Maybe.
So pretty much the hardest part of removing the original tank was actually just getting that little 12-volt connector at the top of the fuel tank. So besides that, just followed the instructions and it was simple as. So onwards. So this is going to be the hardest bit of the whole process, just trying to get this off, I think.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. I feel like you might have a chance.
Alrighty, so I just got to modify my fuel sender by bending it down about 15 millimeters. So this is a 25mm tabletop. Alright, let's call that 15mm.
It's crazy to think that this is the one thing that's like,
Yeah.
you're either driving or you're not driving.
Pretty much, hey. It's nuts.
No fuel, no nothing.
It's pretty important to try and keep everything uncontaminated as possible, because obviously this is going to be going through your engine if it manages to get through the fuel filter. Which it shouldn't, but you know, never hurts to be safe. Alright, let's do this.
Yeah, tuck it in. Yep. Yep.
Is that meant to be like that? Oh yeah, it's spring loaded.
Yeah.
Is there a torque spec for how to do these up?
8 Newton meters.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So what did you say it's meant to be?
9 Newton meters.
I've got 19, so I reckon we'll just have to do it up by hand, eh? Alright, so you just keep going until your wrist clicks. Is that right?
Your wrist clicks.
Yeah, when your wrist clicks, that means it's 9 Newton meters. Oi! Tell you, this manual just doesn't want to get read, does it? So just to stop any dirt getting into the tank while we're trying to fit it, I'm just gonna chuck this bit of plastic over here until we're ready to actually attach it. Mate, that does not stick one bit. That is a joke.
I guess. Instead of cheaping out.
Mate, that sticky stuff there is just amazing. So this adhesive isn't very adhesive, so I'm just gonna use a little bit of tape just to hold it in position until we clamp it up, and then once it's clamped, you know, it shouldn't really go anywhere. Where's it going?
Yeah.
Alright.
Keep going.
Yep. Hopefully I can just tap it in. Alright, just let it go, see what happens. Yeah, sweet, we're in. Because there's that rubber spacer, it's just really tight to just get the clamp on, but we should be all good now. We're almost there. Alrighty, so we managed to get the tank in. It took a little bit of jacking just to be able to get the hangers on, and then also to just get the bolts started on the front. But besides that, it's actually really cool how there's only 2 fastenings and they're using the original holds, because on my last car it was completely different. So it's just nice how simple it is to get the tank under there. Well, once you manage to get the holds on anyway. Alright, so last job pretty much is all we got to do is cut the main fill pipe, add a little piece in because it just needs to be extended a tad, and go get some diesel, and that's about it. So we're getting there.
How are we going to get diesel if we have no diesel?
Good question.
If you want a sharper blade, like that one looks really blunt.
I reckon a serrated knife would be the best for this, hey? Not the straightest cut I've ever done, but what do you expect?
Whatever.
So what do you do for fun on, what day is it?
Thursday?
Thursday, base.
Normally work.
So you took a day off to come and help me. Mate, this guy here is a true legend. So we just had to cut the pipe and add this little spacer in just to get the length we needed so that it'll sit where it needs to. So depending what your car's like, you may or may not have to do that.
I hope 10 litres is enough for you.
Alrighty, we're almost there. Just got to fill up the diesel tank, drop the car.
And then have a nice big bill to fill up.
I haven't had a long range tank for pretty much a year now, so I've really been missing the extra bills. Alrighty guys, so that's pretty much the tank installed. Just got the cleanup to do, and we just got to bleed the system so that the car will actually start. How do you reckon it went?
Pretty good.
Wasn't too bad. I mean, it took me 5 hours all up with a couple of hours help from Misha.
Pretty simple install.
Yeah, there's not really that much to it. The instructions are clear as mud. Like, I mean, they're really clear. Like,
Clear as mud? That's not very clear at all.
Nah, the instructions are really good. And like, besides trying to get the little hook mount things up, that was the biggest struggle. But besides that,
No. It was reconnecting the hose
yeah,
to the pump.
yeah, nah, but it wasn't too bad. Like, definitely worth doing yourself if you got a little bit of basic knowledge. And as far as tools go, we use basic tools, nothing crazy. So yeah, it all went well. So we'll let you guys know if it held up in the next clip. I've just been packing. We're leaving for Dirk Hartog Island a little bit later this afternoon, and it just hit me that we forgot one of the most critical parts of the whole fuel tank install. I tell ya, how could I forget this? Alright, beauty. Alrighty guys, well we just spent the week on Dirk Hartog Island. Was the tank worth it? Did we need it? Definitely. We used 136 litres. So we still had another 20 litre jerry can, but if I used my 80 litre standard tank plus 2 jerrys, we still would have been short by pretty much 16 litres. So it was definitely a good call getting the tank. So far I'm really happy with it, had no issues at all. The install was pretty good, not too bad at all. So yeah, seems like a great product. I'll be interested to see how it goes long term, but I don't expect there to be any issues. So awesome stuff. We'll catch you guys in another video. Thanks for watching. What if we just push it to the servo? It's not that far away.
Yeah.
Seek adventure!